What's going on? This is Shango Ray, aka Real Deal Ray, your intuition's mouthpiece. When the monkey mind wants to take over, back again with some Shangodiacs for ya. Okay, this one's for Scorpio. Today is March 14th, 2020. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. And if I forgot to mention, of course, you already know. Like, share, subscribe, and thrive. God damn it! All right. And before we get into things, this Shangodiac, this whole batch of Shangodiacs is brought to you by Bora's Bruja Boutique. That's right. Obviously on Shango-Ray.com, we would sell our oils and things like that. Physical products. Now, all physical products are going to be, that's the section of the Ray Enterprises. Okay, so you want to check out Bora's Bruja Boutique. Okay, not only that, but you can get yourself a psychic text reading. Okay, world famous psychic text readings. And so if you don't got time, or don't have privacy or whatnot, and you want to get a reading, you have just a few questions or whatnot, you can find that there. Secret of Our Success Oils, 2020 Love and Lust and Prosperity there. We still have some left. Grab you some before they're all gone. And of course, what is becoming very, very popular now, bought us Quantum Bruja doll. Another way of saying a voodoo doll. Another way of saying a puppet, okay? You want to influence a target. Don't let your lover get away, okay? Don't let that motherfucker get away, okay? And not only that, but in a previous video too, I also explained how you can use such a mechanism, an object or tool to also assist you in your own self-deification, and of course to deal with lower level shit like money and whatever needs you have like that. You would be so surprised. You take care of this puppet, watch what's going to happen to you. All right. So without further ado, let's get into what we have cooking here for the Scorpieces. All right. So the first thing I see, and there's no time limit on this, I don't know. And plus, I always have a lot of people commenting on videos like a year or two after they're posted. So I figure these videos are going to find you when they're finding you. But March 14th is when it's being published. For how long? Until the next one. Okay, that's how we're going to rock with it. All right. Uh, First up, though, some of you Scorpions, don't be surprised. That's right. You got love in the air. It's stinking like love right now. Oh, it's stinking like love. Like just hot, musty love right now, all in your face. Okay. Now, for some of you Scorpions, this may be work related. Okay. Definitely gonna be heavy on the physicals. Okay. Physically, it's gonna be busting your back out. Okay. Busting your back out. And yes, the way that you love it. Okay. Uh, that being said, some of you, this may be a work inspired love, meaning either the person or new object of your affection may either start to work for the place that you work, already work for the place that you work, or frequent the place that you work, especially like if you're in retail or whatever. Okay. Very, very powerful sign. But this is not going to be just a regular love. I would even go so far as to say, when I first seen these cards, I was like, man, I don't even want to say that, because then everybody's going to kind of diagnose themselves like that this happened to them. But who am I to say that it didn't? But I'm sensing some twin flame shit, man. Talking about twin flame meetings going on. This is a very, 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 very powerful spiritual card, especially the way it came through in this reading for some of you Scorpions who are not with your twin flame, not even fucking close. All right. So remember, this connection is definitely going to have extremely heavy amounts of spiritual connection. Don't be surprised if there is a buttload of synchronicities of all kinds that you experience when you run into this person. Do beware though afterwards, if this does apply to you, this whole twin flame shit, more than likely your reality is going to be turned upside down. Okay. But for now, just enjoy it. All right. So got that going on. And as I said, this actually goes perfectly with what I just been talking about. See, because a lot of you Scorpions right now are actually actively, I would say, participating in your own spiritual initiation, cleaning the closet, getting rid of what does not need to be there anymore, uh, sculpting away, what isn't you. Okay, unlearning a lot of the bullshit that you've been learned, and deciding and choosing what it is that you want to learn and what is to be true for you from here on out. So I commend you on that. Don't be surprised also, and I don't know if this also falls into um, the love interest that we was just talking about, or this new relationship, but don't be surprised if there's also a air sign coming at you, whether this air sign is the romantic interest or possibly an older man to assist you during this time of spiritual change, I guess you could say. Because sometimes this change gets a little turbulent. And depending on what stage of the game, your game that you are at, there's always room for surprises. There's always room for the unknown. You think you done been through, excuse me, everything. Oh, just wait. And I'm not making it sound like it's just one of them things. It's like if you work out real hard, next day you might be fucking sore. Okay, if you work your legs out real hard and ain't worked out in 2 weeks or 2 years, guess what? You're gonna be walking like a mummy. Okay, it's just one of them things, So, let alone also, I gotta say too, with this also coming in, some of you Scorpions are also going to be going through a lot of Kundalini rising, different forms of Kundalini rising, and it is definitely not a pretty thing. A lot of time people make it out to be just like, these spiritual transformation type things. We have this romanticized version of it in our mind, or what we think it is, and it's nowhere close to what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, um, a lot of times with this Kundalini rising, there also could be perceived problems. A lot of times things can be misdiagnosed. A lot of times things, you even go to the doctor for an example, um, chest pains, but chest pains with no fucking absolute reason why you're having them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's because also the trauma and everything, and the emotional trauma and things trapped in your heart center. And when that Kundalini starts to rising and it runs into these blockages, these traumas, things can be very, very. You get into that unknown territory. It's very hard to know which way is up and which way is down. And that's what makes it so hard for a lot of people, is that they just don't know what the hell is going on, and it's very, very unfamiliar. So even a lot of people who are, which is very, very like 0.01% of you watching, but which actually pride themselves on purpose making themselves uncomfortable, so they get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because in order to get out of your comfort zone, that's the only place there is actually growth. It's good to have the comfort zone to retreat and all that, but then you move forward out of that. You can't stay stuck in your comfort zone. You cannot. You will rot away. Okay, so in addition to that, what may also shake some of you Scorpions up is I want to say maybe a financial downgrade at this particular time, maybe due to overspending. Um, when I said a spiritual initiation, I'm talking about, I don't know, I just had this glimpse that some Scorpions may be going through what is referred to as a dark night of the soul. You know what I mean? And part of that, sometimes, because it's like, when things hit, they hit. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you might have problems with your finances. You might feel like you're just losing it all the way around. And when it rains, it pours, as they say sometimes. So this is a downgrade financially. This is definitely not permanent, of course. Nothing really is ever permanent. But this is going to be a small dip in the road here. Also, this is going to show, to me, this shows the way that you have been valuing yourself. There's also going to be, you're going to be put on trial. Okay, your spirit is going to put you on trial for the way you have been valuing yourself. Okay. And I'm getting this somebody, putting others in front of you, almost making of God or goddess out of somebody else, when you should have been also focusing on yourself, or at least balance a little bit of that out. Okay, that's also going to be called into question. And some of this is going, for some of you, is going to be manifested through a change in financial status, and not necessarily what would be called a great change. But hey, sometimes a change that is perceived initially as negative is actually a positive if you make it that. Sometimes it makes you pull yourself up by the bootstrap. Sometimes it makes you more creative. It makes you dig down in your gut, you know what I'm saying, and be like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna show you one time. You know what I mean? And that can be a great thing. Sometimes it's a time to reach back, to pull down, and like to reinvent yourself. You know what I mean? But yeah, downgrade, and this will be accustomed by plentiful, helpful, what is it? Fat ass servings, okay, of emotional insecurity, not feeling secure, not feeling safe. All right. And some of you Scorpios may have even incited a financial crisis and not even know, you don't know your own power. You don't know your own power. So you get to worrying about things, and then obviously your reality will catch up with you and start to reflect back those things, and you're like, oh shit, now you have another something to worry about. But I just want to give you guys encouragement too, because you guys will blow through this really fast. Now, I won't say necessarily really fast, but when you guys come out the other side of this tunnel, you're going to be a beast, in an even more beastier beast than you are now. Peace and blessings. Stay well, and we'll see you again.